Hello and Assalamualaikum. Welcome again to my video session. This is the second part of the topic, the supply of maritime vessel. My name is Muhammad Azam Din and welcome to my video session. Recap back on my video, the title Supply of Maritime Transport Part 1. I have discussed about the caveat of maritime transport supply. There, in that video, I've informed that there are 4 groups that control the decision of maritime vessel, the decision to supply maritime vessel, which consists of the ship owner, the charterer, the bank, and also the regulatory bodies. Also, in my part 1 video, I have also informed that are 5 factors that affect the supply of maritime transport. These 5 factors consists of world fleet, fleet productivity, shipbuilding production, freight revenue, and scrapping of vessels. However, I only managed to discuss 2 factors only, which were the world fleet and fleet productivity. In this video, I will discuss the balance 3 factors that affected the supply of maritime transport. In this video, I will go into detail on the factors that affect, which consists of number 1, shipbuilding production, number 2, freight revenue, and number 3, scrapping of all old vessel. Now, let us look at the third variable that affecting the supply of ocean transport. The third variable that affect the supply of ocean transport is the shipbuilding production. When we look at the context of maritime economics, the shipbuilding industry is very crucial. The shipbuilding industry itself play an important role as it provide the supply of new vessel to the shipping market. As we know, to get a new vessel, we have to build one, and shipyard is the place for us to build a new vessel. The shipyard or shipbuilding business is a long cycle business. The time lag between receiving an order and delivering a vessel would take approximately about 4 years. This is depending on the quantity order that the shipyard receive. If the shipyard receive a lot of order to build new vessel, so the time lag might be longer. Most of these orders, which has been placed to the shipyard by the ship owner, occurs because the ship owner has estimated the future demand of their fleet of vessel. The estimation by this ship owner is based on the past data that they have, and they try to predict the future. So they think if the future is good, there will be more demand for the vessel, they need to build more new vessels. However, according to Martin Stoppard 2009 in his book Maritime Economics, he said that most of these prediction often used to be wrong. So sometimes our prediction is not that correct. It's not that accurate at all. If a shipyard see a downturn trend in their orders, that means the orders is declining from year to years, is a bad sign for the shipyard. Shipyard has a lot of people working inside their facilities. If a downtrend order is coming in, there is less order coming in to the shipyard, this shows that a problem will occur, that shipyard might have to be shut down. If this occurs, the government have to bail out the shipyard, because there are thousands of people work at the shipyard. If the shipyard goes down, a lot of people will lose the job. The fourth factor which affect the supply of ocean transport is related to freight revenue. Freight revenue here is referred to the income that the ship owner receive. How does ship owner receive their income? Is through the freight rates. Freight rates are the charges that ship owner charge to cargo owner for transporting their cargoes from point A to point B. Freight rate is the main motivator that ship owner use to sell their products, their services, of course. So, the freight rate required the ship owner to adjust their capacity in the short run, and also in the long run, ship owner has to find mechanism to improve their operational activity and also the services of their ocean vessel. There are two approaches in determining the freight rates. Number one, for the liner service or the liner regime, freight rates, it is the liner service freight rate is based on providing transport services for small quantity of cargoes. These cargoes usually are for consumers of the retail or the retail industries. Most of these cargoes are put in a standardized container, either 20-footer or 40-footer. But as the quantity of the containers is tremendous, could be 10,000 of TEUs, the freight rate of a liners is quite handsome as well. In the context of bulk cargo vessel, the freight rate is a little bit different, because bulk cargo only service a limited number of clients, because only certain people require bulk cargo vessel to transport their cargoes. These mostly are those who provide this product in agriculture or project cargoes. These bulk cargoes only service certain numbers of clients, and to each of these clients, the bulk cargo owners will have the right to negotiate the price with them. So the client who goes for a bulk cargo vessel mostly is a individual base, and they have the priority to negotiate the price. The freight rate offers by ship owners contribute towards the ship owner investment decision. So such decision is based on the effect of their revenue at the current environment, at the current situation. So through a freight rate, they will able to predict the future. Either they're going to increase the fleet of their vessel, or they have to dispose some of their old vessel that they have. So freight rate is one of the important factors that affect the supply of ocean transport. Now, let us look at the fifth factor that affect the supply of ocean transport. In the context of maritime economics, the fifth factors that affect the supply of maritime transport is related to scrapping and losses. The scrapping of old vessel should be considered in the equation of the ocean fleet that a ship owner have. According to Stopford 2009, he wrote, "The growth of merchant fleet depend on the balance between deliveries of new ocean vessel and the deletion of ships that fleets due to be scrapped or lost at sea. What it means that the scrap of the vessel is for the ship that has come to an age of retirement, or some of the deletion of the vessel is due to the ships collide in the middle of the ocean at the open seas, and ship owner totally lost their vessel. In the year 1970s, it is reported only 5 million deadweight tonnage of vessel has been scrapped, while the deliveries of new vessel is reported at 50 million deadweight tonnage. Such situation resulted to a growth of ocean fleet. This is in the year 1970s. But in the year 1980s, the amount of vessel being scrapped was valued at 30 million deadweight tonnage. At the same time, the deliveries of new ocean vessel is valued at 26 million deadweight tonnage. Such phenomena indicate that in the year 1970s and the year 1980s, the scrapping of a vessel seems insignificant in the year 1970s, but it was a major activities in the year 1980s. Scrapping activity has been considered as a purpose to remove ocean vessel from the market. The main reason for ocean vessel to be scrapped was, number one, age of retirement. The age of the vessel has come to the retirement. Number two, the technical obsolete of the vessel. Number three, the scrap prices, the scrap metal prices. And number four, the current earning and future expectation of the market itself. Now let's look in detail of each of these elements. First, let's look at the age of service of an ocean vessel. When an ocean vessel has come to an age of retirement, that means the ocean vessel has long served the ship owner, the result has indicate that the cost of operating that vessel is become increasingly high. This ocean vessel is deteriorating, just like any other mode of transportation, like cars or trucks. In the long run, the value of this mode of this transport is decreasing due to this depreciation value. So the cost of maintenance of this old vessel is getting higher and higher. So it is not economical for ship owners to maintain this old vessel in their fleet. The average scrapping age for ocean tankers is about 27 years of service, whereas for cargo vessel, it is reported at 32 years of service. This is for the dry bulk cargo vessel. The services is only for 34 years, then it will be scrapped. The second element is technical obsolescence, or the technologies inside the vessel is or become obsolete. Technical obsolescence is another reason why ship owners choose to scrap their vessel. Most of this technical obsolescence is due to the age of vessel itself. The vessel has racing the ship owners for 30 years or more. So the technologies inside the vessel is become obsolete. So due to this reason, the ship owner has to scrap this vessel and rely more on a new vessel that have much more advanced technologies, because advanced technologies increases capabilities and efficiency, and it provide good revenue to the ship owner. The fourth item that influence scrap is the scrap metal prices itself. The scrap metal price influence ship owner to dispose their vessel. Most of these vessels who the ship owner want to scrap will be sold to ship breakers, and these ship breakers mostly located in Chittagong, Bangladesh, or some part in India. And they will ship owner will mobilize this vessel, and the ship breaker will break down each piece of the metal at the vessel and sell it as scrap to the steel industry. When there are more ocean vessels being scrapped, this will create a phenomena to the metal industry market. The metal industry market will have an abundance of metal due to scrap metal from the ocean vessel, because there are a lot of ocean vessel goes to shipbreaker to scrap. When the metal is abundant, the price of metal itself will go down. So scrapping an ocean vessel has an impact to the metal industry market. Another reason for scrapping a vessel is when the ship owner expect the future business occurrence, and also what is their financial profitabilities. In economic recession, ship owners mostly will have a problem that lot of their vessel is not being hired. So during economic recession, ship owners try to adjust their operation, and they might scrap some of their old vessel. But if in the short run they think maybe in 1 or 2 years the economics will come back to boom, and ship owner might keep this old vessel, as they believe the revenue generated by this old vessel still outpace the cost of operation. However, if the money in the bank account of the ship owner is start to depleting, and for future forecast is not so optimistic, ship owner may have to make the choice to scrap their old vessel to the ship breakers. They will send this vessel to the ship graveyard for breaking and sell it as scrap metal. For your further readings, please read the book from Martin Stoppard, year 2009, titled Maritime Economic, 3rd edition. This book is highly recommended for undergraduate students whom studying in the field of logistics, transportation, and supply chain. Now, we have come to the end of this video session. Thus, I conclude my presentation on the topic of the supply of maritime transport. I hope that you have gained inputs regarding factors that affect the supply of maritime transport, and you understand how does these factors contribute in maritime transportation. If you like this video and also this topic, please click the like button below. Well, my name is Muhammad Azam Din. I am looking forward to meet with you again in another topics related to maritime economics. Goodbye and good speed.